Why do we do this to ourselves whenever we go to bed after a very productive day but we still feel like we haven't done enough? Or even worse, we take a break and now we feel lazy and guilty. If you're a high achiever like me, I know that you probably felt this too. Listen, this video is for all my multi-passionate, creative and independent baddies that are tackling multiple things at once, whether that be uni, career, job, gym, and work on something big like a passion project, or just genuinely are incredibly ambitious. I know that you have big visions and you have big dreams, and probably your brain is always on 24/7 because same. So grab yourself a beverage. I've got peppermint tea because I'm a healthy gal, and let's unpack this, shall we? And I just want to say straight off the bat that this video is not supposed to be a guide or a how-to like my usual videos. This is literally a chat. We are on FaceTime right now. Like, we are literally sat in a coffee shop having a little bit of a discussion. We are like friends right now. So hi bestie, and if you are interested in any other guides or how-tos or any other formats that are on my YouTube channel, then go ahead and have a look. High achiever guilt is so real. No matter how productive you are, you still get this feeling that you could have done more. And especially if your day goes like it's supposed to, and let's say you finish early, you have an extra hour, your brain is thinking, I need to use this extra hour for like extra work. But when you choose to rest, for instance, suddenly you feel like you're wasting time. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Like, please, what are we on about? I am a one-man team or solopreneur or whatever you want to call it. I am working on social media, I am working on all platforms, and I am also juggling uni because now I'm going to be getting into my third year, which is obviously the hardest of all. I'm going to be working on a major project that is just like huge. We've already been told what is expected of us. Let me tell you, I'm not gonna sleep much. That's what I know for sure. And when I tell you that I'm multi-passionate, I am multi-passionate. Like, I am this person that always has a new hobby, a new interest, a new passion, some new project going on. Like, I constantly have some new ideas, and sometimes I feel like my brain just never shuts up. Mind you, literally like a few months ago, I wanted to have 3 master degrees, one of them being Oxford MBA. I don't know where that came from because I don't really see myself doing that specifically. Don't get me wrong, I'm getting my degree, but I don't think I want to move forward with master's degree if I'm staying in social media. And then on top of that, I wanted to learn how to sing. When I tell you that I want to learn something, it's not just I want to learn it, I want to master it. Like, I want to become so good. When I tell you I want to learn how to sing, I want to sing like Ariana Grande. Do you know what I mean? I am 90% sure that people that are watching this video right now are definitely either multi-passionate or very ambitious, very creative, very visionary. So you probably get the feeling. And don't get me wrong, again, this is such a beautiful thing to have. Like, I am so grateful that I am multi-passionate and I'm so visionary. Like, I am so happy with it because it makes me so unique. Like, I love that about myself. I am literally an Aquarius sun, Capricorn moon and Scorpio rising. So I'm like a visionary that is very emotionally intense, but also I like structure. It's a weird mix, but I love it. And by the way, I'm not sharing all of this just to be like, oh my god, look at me, I'm so self-aware, because it's not really what I'm trying to do here. I just want to actually connect with you and show you that I am in the same spot as you probably are, because being multi-passionate and being creative and visionary, there's a flip side of things as well. And that flip side is when you have a massive high achiever guilt, when you know, overwork yourself just to prove it to yourself and not necessarily others, but you want to be praised for what you do. Like, you want to be recognized as well, and you feel like when you don't do enough, people won't recognize you, so you have to work even more, even harder. You have to prove yourself. I am an older sister as well. I am like the oldest child. There was always so much expectations on me, and while I'm grateful for it nowadays because it did shape me to who I am right now, also it was very draining. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was, yeah. So I kind of grew up feeling like I always have to prove myself and I always have to do everything to the best level possible, and that's why I always want to master skills, because it was always expected of me. If I did something, I had to do it best. But I found some ways to tackling this, and that's why I'm making this video, to make you more aware and maybe shed some light on different reasons as to why you might be feeling this way, because this is something that I wish I watched, especially when I first started getting into self-improvement. And by the way, if you like this format, please drop a comment down below, because this is the first time I'm doing this and I'm not too sure if I'm doing this right. So let me know if I am rambling too much about myself. If you want me to speed up, please tell me any feedback that you have. Now, I know you probably know what high achiever guilt is, but I'm gonna shed some light on it anyway, because everybody feels it differently. I feel like high achiever guilt happens when you, despite doing so much, you don't really recognize your achievements and you don't really look into them. You just feel like there's always more to do, there's always more to prove, and that you should be doing more with your time. And when you take a break, when you rest, you also feel guilty because it kind of reminds you of your old patterns, for example, or it just makes you feel like you're lazy, like you are wasting your time essentially. And you always try to do everything perfectly. And if you set yourself, let's say if you have a to-do list and you set yourself that today I'm gonna do these 3 non-negotiables, you feel so bad if you don't manage to actually keep up to that promise. But the thing is, most of the time that guilt doesn't happen because we were deciding consciously that we're just not going to do it because we couldn't be asked. It's because there were external circumstances that stopped us or were in our way, and we had to deal with that instead, which is completely out of our control. But we still tend to feel that it's our fault and that we still should have done it better. And that's why it's so damaging, because no matter what you do, you always feel like you can do more. You don't really praise yourself. Like, you feel like you need to earn that. You need to earn it, and you only earn it through those big milestones. That's completely untrue. And I want to flip your mindset on this as well, because this is something I've been personally working on for the longest time. Because like I said, my family never really praised me until something was really, really good. So I really know how it feels. So welcome to the club, bestie. And my journey and my whole progress really happened from 6 months ago, because I came back to UK from home and I remember feeling so homesick, and I was literally bedrotting all day. I also knew that I genuinely want to change my life, but I used to procrastinate so bad. I mean, I would find every single excuse under the sun to just not do something, because I had so many things and so many ideas that I was so paralyzed over them. Because also I am a perfectionist, or I want to call myself an ex-perfectionist, and because every single skill that I wanted to learn, I wanted to master it. Literally the second I would start learning, I wanted to master it. So because I felt almost paralyzed by all of those feelings that I had, I just bedrotted. I was avoiding this responsibility because I was scared that I'm not gonna get it right the first time, and then I'm gonna feel disappointed. And I was scared of starting new things, but I knew so deep inside that I wanted to. And I just kind of found myself at the bottom with my finances yet again in my life. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I come from struggle. That's why I talk about it so much, because I don't really see many creators on YouTube and TikTok and anywhere really that big and are talking about this. So because my main issue and my main concern was always finances, I guess universe was like, I'm gonna make it even worse right now, so you genuinely get up and get to work. So now 6 months later, I've been working so hard and I've been doing social media full time. I literally am in the beast mode when I'm introducing new formats into YouTube. I'm literally recording like 4 or 5 videos per week, and that is a lot because it's long form. On top of that, I do short form, I do vlogs, I do quite a lot. But I know that I love it, and it's something that I'm so genuinely passionate about. I know that this is my career path, this is what I want to do. And because all of those social media channels require a different approach, I very easily fall into this trap of thinking that I'm not doing enough. Because whenever I take a day off, or let's say I don't tick off something from my to-do list, I remind myself almost instantly of the 6 months ago phase when I was like bedrotting and doing nothing, and I was just complaining all the time. And of course, for my brain now, this acts as a threat, because it thinks, oh my god, we don't want to get back to this, so I need to make you work more. And then the high achiever guilt happens. But what helped me was self-awareness, and being self-aware is a beautiful thing. And I found out my personality type, and I am ENTJA. I also, like I mentioned before, I recognized my birth chart and like all of the patterns. And when you know these things, you kind of know now how to deal with them, because it's not really about trying to suppress those emotions or suppress those traits that you have, because this is your personality. Like, this is how you are, this is how you are as a person. And while you can change certain things, it doesn't mean that they have to be changed. It doesn't mean that they are necessarily bad. They make you a very good performer, they make you a high achiever, and you need to know how to lead with it rather than be led by it. Because again, when you're a high achiever, you probably deal with stress and pressure so much more better than everybody else, and naturally you can handle a lot, which is a beautiful thing, and that makes you such a strong and powerful human being. There's a few mindset shifts that genuinely helped me with this, especially recently, because there were so many occasions where I had technical difficulties and I couldn't finish editing a YouTube video on a day that I was supposed to finish. I was just trapping myself in this, why did I not do it better? Why did I not wake up at 3 a.m. and done it instead, you know? And this is literally like, why am I doing this to myself? So I'm gonna share these mindset shifts with you now, because if you are anything like me and you know the feeling of this, those will definitely help you. First of all, the work that we are doing is work that normally would be spread across 5 different different teams or departments in an office that is led by a manager, that is led by a CEO and directors and all those other teams. No wonder why we are tired. No wonder why we can't finish everything on time. When you think about those teams, they have deadlines, they have weeks to finish a certain project. We do it in a day. So we should be freaking proud of ourselves. Like, this is a big achievement. As one-man team to do so many things, I mean, when you actually think about how many departments you cover as one person, let's say you're a content creator, right? You're not just content creator, you are a videographer, you do scripting, you're a strategist, you're an editor, you're the marketer, you're the finance manager. Like, there's so many positions that you're covering as one person. That is amazing. This is so admirable and you should be proud. We all should be proud of ourselves. You should draw power from this instead, because you are operating on such high speed that most people can't operate at. We really shouldn't shame ourselves. We should acknowledge how much we are doing, and honestly, we are doing our best. And our best will look different every single day. Another mindset shift is that I always move forward as long as I take at least one step towards the goal that I'm heading to. Because let's be honest, every progress is progress. No matter how big, no matter how small, it's still moving you forward. As long as you don't step back or completely give up, you are winning. You are always winning. Because we need to think about, there's so many people that if they were in our shoes, they would give up already. And we are still standing, we're still going strong. And this kind of ties to the third mindset shift, which is that our results don't slow down just because we take a break. I'm a big believer that if we want something in life, we will get it. No matter what happens, it's inevitable because we've set our minds to it. Like, we claimed it, it's ours now, it's in the timeline that we are working towards. So if you take a day off, it doesn't slow you down. It doesn't suddenly cancel out everything else that you've done. Your success is already there. You are heading towards it. And if anything, when you take rest can be productive. Rest is productive because you can't show up as your best self if you are literally operating on 20% battery every single day. Because you can only achieve great results if you are feeling great. You can't do it when you're completely drained, overwhelmed, anxious. So don't beat yourself up for taking days off, because you deserve them. Trust me, you deserve them so much. Another thing is, think about it this way. What if this was your best friend or your loved one? Someone that you really trust, someone that you really care about. Would you also shame them? Let's say they come to you and they say, oh, I'm working on this big project and I took a day off and I literally feel so bad about it. Like, I'm such a lazy person. I'm literally failing at my life. What would you say to them? What would be your response? Would you say, yeah, you are? No, you wouldn't. You would say, but you're doing so great. Look at all of those achievements. You would try your best to make them feel better, and you would show them that there's literally nothing to worry about. And this is a huge lesson. You need to treat yourself as your best friend, as your loved one. You need to give yourself the same compassion that you give to others. We all get our days when we feel low, tired, when we need a break, and that is okay. That is human. And this leads me on to my next point. That is also something, it was such a big lesson for me, and I always say it in all of my videos. I always say that failures are data. What do I mean by this? Listen, failures are literally information. It's a redirection, realignment. It's showing you what you should be doing or what you shouldn't be doing. And the more you fail, the closer you get to that one thing that will change your life completely. And that's why you should be diving headfirst into everything that makes you fearful, that makes you scared, because that's exactly what that growth is. And the failures will help you grow much, much faster. So even if you try to do something for the first time, fail at it, make mistakes, make bad decisions, because you are supposed to. How else are you gonna learn? I literally, this week, I was recording a new format video that I never done before, and I picked a topic that at first seemed like something that I would want to talk about, but then I thought, when I was recording, I couldn't get my words out. I was stuttering so bad. I had to retake so many times. I had to repeat myself so many times. I was losing my train of thought all the time. I don't know what was happening there. And then I felt like this whole video just felt like a rant. And this is not something that I want to put on this channel. I want to empower. This is my mission, empower. And at first, when I finished, I thought to myself, what a waste of time. Like, I literally wasted an hour on just stuttering constantly. No, I did not waste an hour. I literally learned that this is not what I want to talk about anymore. Like, this format, it needs to be polished. I need to find a different idea, different topic, and different approach for it to work. And guess what? Before this video that I'm recording right now, I recorded that format again, but I picked a different topic and I was able to nail it without a single problem. And I felt so confident recording it because this was a topic that I was actually passionate about, and it was empowering, and it felt like this is exactly what I want to put out on my channel. And would I actually know about this if I didn't have this failed attempt first? No, I probably wouldn't. That's why I love failing. Like, failing is actually a positive experience, and I want more people to know about it. Failures are literally just supposed to tell you and show you that there's a different way of doing things, or something is not aligned with you, so you need to take a different approach. And that is exactly what you want. Failures are preparing us to become the versions of us that can handle the success that we want. And us, we have big visions, okay? So we need to really prepare ourselves, and that is okay. This is the path that is preparing us for it. So embrace it. And this leads me on to my next point, which is no amount of frustration will actually help you with achieving anything. And that's why it's so important when things get heavy and it's getting overwhelming, you have to step back and let your mind breathe, because it's actually so much easier when your mind is clearer to get new ideas, because your brain is basically stuck. Like, when it hits a wall, it hits a wall. You know that SpongeBob scene when there's like the little SpongeBobs running around it? Yeah, that's exactly what happens. So whenever you step back and literally take a walk, breathe for a few minutes, or even meditate, like literally do something that is not connected to work, watch the flow come back like this. If your systems that you currently have are outdated, that's okay. They are supposed to, because you are growing. This is a good sign. For instance, I started using Notion as my productivity system when I started tackling all of the platforms, social media platforms at once. And when I first set it up, of course, it was kind of basic and I didn't really knew what I was doing. Like, I just kind of was going with the flow. I used like one random template and just worked from that. And as things started progressing, I just noticed that this system is not working for me anymore. Like, I need something better. And at first I was thinking, oh my god, why did I not do it better the first time? But then I reminded myself, that means I grew. I literally had my first breakthrough throughout this whole journey. If my systems are outdated, that means I've expanded to the level that now requires an update in my systems, in my environment, whatever that might be. Now I want to tell you how I apply all of this that I just said into my daily life, to give you some sort of an idea and maybe an inspiration to improve your systems, or maybe just change the way you see things. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that I recognize that work is work and personal time is personal time. I try my best and it doesn't always work, trust me. I'm still guilty of working until late. Even if I technically close the office, I still go on TikTok, for example, and I do an intentional scroll. But it's very important to put a stop to when you're working. Basically have a set time. You work from 9 till 5 and that is it. So for example, what I introduced was slow routines in the morning and in the evening. Listen, I love a slow routine, okay? I love to take my time in the morning and wake up properly and kind of slowly ease into the day. And I also like to finish the day in a slow way by, you know, having my workout and then I'm watching my favorite show, aka Stranger Things. Guys, by the way, are you also scared for season 5? Because I am. If there's anyone that is watching Stranger Things, let me know down below, because girl. Anyway, back to the topic. When you have a balanced routine in the day, it makes you so much more productive as well, so much more efficient, because you also look forward to waking up, you look forward to ending your day and to having your day in general, and it keeps your energy balance. Like, it's not like you're constantly on this massive high speed. You slow down, and that's what you need. And when it comes to using productivity systems, that's a very good way to keep yourself consistent and productive, but also cognitive task batching, I think that's what it's called. So essentially you group different tasks that are the same, so you can use one part of your brain and focus on it more and be more efficient, rather than switching gears all the time. So for example, you don't jump from creative task to then admin task to then scripting to then creative again. You would do the creative tasks first and then you would move on to admin and scripting. And this is very effective because I found that it literally helped me so much. That's why I have Mondays for my admin days, I have Tuesday for my content days, I have Wednesday for my editing days, Thursday is admin again, and Friday today is content day again. And then Saturday is just my day where I do my passion projects but also editing if I need to, and Sunday is my reset day. And that's why I'm so much more productive and I manage my time better and my tasks, because my brain is focusing on one thing, and when I'm in the flow I can like keep going. Another thing that I want to talk about that will help is social media detox. And listen, I am guilty of not really implementing this yet because I work in social media. Of course I am kind of always keeping an eye out on trends and stuff like that, but essentially even taking a day off from social media is absolutely great. It just basically lowers the noise and turns off the comparison especially, but also it's very helpful with just coming back to yourself and grounding yourself and kind of finding the silence, because I feel like social media is also such a fast moving thing and there's so many trends, so much information thrown at us every single day. We need a break sometimes. Our brains need to relax, and that's why we need to sometimes come back to this silence, stillness, and enjoy our days without all of the noise. And another very useful tip that I have for you is keeping an achievement log. Now, I've started this literally this week. It has already helped me immensely with noticing my progress and how much I actually get done. So every single day, what you want to do is basically open your notes app and write down everything that you've achieved in that day. So this might be as little as literally getting up on the day when you felt like not getting up. Essentially go back to everything that you've done in a day and how you tackled it and compare it to how your past self would do it, because that way you can see that you've progressed so much. Because it's essentially about recognizing that you are always moving forward and you are always becoming the better person than you were a day ago. And that is beautiful in itself because it helps you so much when it comes to mental health and well-being, and it helps you celebrate those wins. Because again, like we said in the beginning, as high achievers, we always want to get to that big goal. Along the way, we forget that we've done so much to get there, and there's so many little wins that we've managed to accomplish, and we don't even give ourselves credit for it. Why? Like, why wouldn't we? And ultimately, it helps your subconscious as well, because it starts to believe it has all of this proof that you are moving forward and you are so good at what you are doing. And another advice that I have that I've been also implementing myself is prioritizing movement and decluttering. Listen, if your space is messy, if you have loads of stuff around, your mind will be messy too. And also, another good thing to do is to actually reorganize your space. Maybe move your table to a different area so it feels fresher, it feels like it's kind of new and your brain doesn't get bored with it. But also movement is such a big thing. Honestly, more people should be talking about this, because even having a 5-minute walk is already such a boost of dopamine and makes you feel so much more productive, so much more refreshed. And even if, let's say, you are having a moment when you just can't think of ideas, move around, walk around, maybe talk to yourself, and then trust me, your brain will kind of like slow down, and then the flow, oh god, so many ideas will come to you, trust me. So make sure to prioritize movement, even if it's as small as a little stretch. What I want you to take away from this video is that the high achiever guilt is real, but it doesn't have to run your life. There are so many ways to rewire this and be proud of yourself again, and I hope that what I've told you is going to help you even a little bit. And when I learn more, I promise that I will share this in an ultimate guide for perfectionists, because I definitely needed one when I first started, and I know that there's probably many people that need to hear this too, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. And speaking of ultimate guides, if you struggle with any part of your life, then have a look into my ultimate guides playlist, because I have guides on discipline, on self-love, on many different things. Also suggest down below what you struggle with, what are your dilemmas, because this series that I'm doing right now, this format, is something that I'm going to continue, and I definitely want to talk about more things. So let me know your thoughts and let me know your take on this. How do you cope with high achiever guilt yourself? How do you find ways to be proud of yourself again? How do you find ways to deal with this on a daily basis? Let me know, because there's probably many more people that are struggling with this, and everyone will benefit from extra tips and extra advice from the comments down below. And if you want to see how I apply my own advice in real time and get inspired, I also post vlogs twice a month, so make sure to stay tuned for that as well. But other than that, this is everything for today's video, and thank you so much for watching. Please remember that you are doing so great, you are always doing your best, and you're gonna get to that point that you want to get to. Trust me, we all will. But as of now, this is everything for today, so thank you so much again, and bye for now.